My name's Lucy and I am from a smudge family. Look, I've got my lovely clean apron on. This is really clean because I've made it recently using a Cricut and some vinyl. But hey, smudge family, we've got a YouTube channel. It's up on YouTube and you can find us by looking at smudge family. That just sounded a whole load of tosh, didn't it? That just sounded all back to front. Anyway, I'm just going to whitter on because the other half, or one of the smudge family, is behind the camera laughing and giggling at me right now. So we've tried to make a few videos before, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. The experts in my family are the kids, and we've got some kids videos up for the smudge family. But I've been persuaded now to start making some videos because I like craft and art. And Rich says, why don't you make a video and show people what it's all about? And I've been persuaded to get here in front of the camera to see whether or not it's worthwhile. So one of the first things I thought I would try and do is take a look at something that I have bought recently, which is basically it's a workbook that will help me hopefully make a business out of art and craft, and it's kind of a yearbook for 2020. But I thought I'd open it. I have already opened up the packaging, but I thought I'd open it on air and have a look through it and see what it's like. So we can talk through it together and we can work it out and see what it looks like. So it's basically a business toolkit from something called the Makers Academy. So we've got it's nicely wrapped in some lovely teal tissue paper with a lovely sticker on the front of it. I'm going to peel that one off. So you've got Makers Gonna Make, yeah, Makers Gonna Make on there from them. There's some other information in the packaging. So we've got some information about the Makers Momentum Club, which I have joined. And it's a club. Basically you can buy this book and you can get the club online as well, which has loads of online resources for you, and I've already started dipping into them, so I felt it was worthwhile to get the both. And on here it says what you get when you join the Makers Momentum Club. You get access to an online classroom featuring 17 and counting watch-on-demand business classes, and I've started using a few of them and they're really useful, covering topics things like pricing, approaching shops and galleries, social media strategy. And if you're one of those people that have joined some Facebook groups to get some help and advice and tips, or you're looking out there for other stuff to find advice and tips, actually this place is the first place where I've started to get some real useful information, and I'd highly recommend it. Okay, and so that's number one. You get online classroom. You also get monthly live Q&A sessions to get all of your questions answered. I haven't joined in those yet. There was one last week. I think it was on Thursday the 21st of November. So right now we're on the run up to Christmas, and I think I'll go and have a look at the Q&A because they record them and they come back to them later. And they do some critiques of your website, about page, line sheet or customer emails if you'd like them. So getting real advice from somebody who knows what they're talking about by looking at your website and giving you a bit of a critique of things. And we're all quite scared of going out there and asking people what they think of stuff, because we don't want to hear negative stuff. No one wants to hear, oh, I don't like that, or oh, that's rubbish, that is. We all want to hear, oh, that's really good. But do you know what, sometimes it's good to be cruel to be kind and actually say, no, that's not working, or that isn't very good, you need to do this a bit better. But you can say it in a kind way. So number three on here, you get a fantastically supportive Facebook community of makers just like you. So there is a Facebook group as well. Plus the Makers Business Foundation, a 12-month online class to guide you step by step through the process of building your business right away, which is what I've started. So when I say right away, it means right way, right away. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to start taking a look at what's in this package. So I said it was a yearbook basically. So this is the Makers Yearbook. I'm going to put that out of the way. No, I'll just put it over here somewhere. You probably, hopefully can't see it. So this is the Makers Yearbook for 2020. It's still in its packaging. I've resisted opening it because I wanted to open it on video. So if I get this wrong and I muck up this time, we can't go back and re-edit, or we can't go back and film it again, and I'll just have to film something else. But so I thought I'd give it a whiz at opening it up and seeing what's inside. But you've got to get in first. So you have to do a bit of peeling back and opening up. My kids would love this. So they like ASMR, the kind of sensory stuff and touching stuff. So I'm going to pop that down there. I feel like one of those celebrity chefs who just chucks things in a bin that magically appears behind them. So yeah, so once you've opened it up, you've got the Makers Yearbook. It's really, really good quality to start off with. So you've got a big firm hardback with the spiral bound metal in there. Oh, what word metal? That's just stupid. So it's spiral bound with a nice sturdy hardback, okay? So it's the Makers Yearbook, and essentially it's a goal setting workbook and planner for artists, makers and handmade business owners. I think you can probably translate some of this stuff into other businesses too, but it's predominantly aimed at artists, makers and handmade businesses. And seeing as my family have persuaded me and told me that I should make more stuff and I should make a business out of it, you know, when there's family and friends tell you, that's really good, isn't it? Or, oh yeah, you should sell that. Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a go over the next year and see what happens. And hopefully it will be a success. So we've got a yearbook. If you go through, you've got a hello and welcome. So the lady that runs this is Nicola Taylor. I'm pretty sure I've got the name right, you never know. Yeah, Nicola Taylor. And I know that now because I've been getting emails from her every day telling me what to do and what to log into and reminding me to go and look at stuff. So she's kind of like my little conscience on my shoulder telling me to go and do stuff. And there's, well, let's have a look through. So how to use the book. It tells you how to use the book. It says it's not going to give you the latest marketing tips and strategies. It won't tell you how to build a website and create a new collection. It won't show you how to shape a brand identity or get PR for your business. But it will help you to do all of those things. So essentially it's going to help me do those things. So here we've got 3 key habits. Talks about 3 key habits. Setting yourself a goal. That's number 1. Setting yourself the 3 most important tasks each working day and doing them before anything else. That's a good tip actually for any business owner. And 3, review your progress each month and look at what's going well, what's not going well, and adapt your plans. I'm going to take my band off because I'm going to end up with a mark on my arm. So you're starting off with 3 habits on there. Okay, and some notes. So I'm going to take a good read of those later. And then, oh wow, oh that's cool. It's all kind of separated out into, you know, those kind of file dividers. I love this. You know, when you flip it over and you go to the next bit. So you've got a number of sections in here. You've got Celebrate and Learn from 2019. But if we never look back, we can't see what's holding us back. So I'm going to take a good look at that later. Let's have a quick look at what they've got in there. Oh, there's loads of boxes to fill in. And how do I feel about stuff? Because I'm kind of new and I haven't really sold very much yet, I don't know if I'll be able to fill too much of this out. But I'm going to have a go. I'll have a look at it. It says things like, how many shops and galleries am I currently selling to? 0. How do I feel about my current stockists? I don't have any. So, you know, that's pretty good if you're already in a business and you want to look at what you've been doing and take it further. So that's the review. Then you've got Plan and Envision 2020. So it's time to thinking about what we want to do for 2020, and there's a lot more pages in here. So again, oh, there's some how to make things happen. What are the next steps for my dream and things like that. Oh, I'm going to really look forward to sitting down and having a look at this and starting to work through it. So track your progress 2020, your growth strategy, your sales growth strategy, your customer growth strategy, all of those things. Oh, this is in another part now. Oh, Oh no, it's still in the same bit, the planning, no it's not. I flipped over. No, I haven't. Plan and Envision 2020, and it's got loads of stuff in there, lots of planning, lots of stuff for me to think through. And because it's November, I've got time to think about it before January, you see. And that's if, oh, I have booked my first fair, okay? So I've booked my first fair. I don't have very much stock to sell yet. So it's the 16th of November this year. Today's the 25th of November. So that means I've kind of got to do quite a bit of work between now and the 16th of November. So I better get cracking really and stop making videos. But hey, we'll crack on and carry on with this. So the 2020 planner, we'll go through that. You've basically now, it breaks it down into months. So you've got an annual bit, but then you've got January, and there's lots of things to fill in about January, daily things. So I think one of the habits that I mentioned at the beginning was about doing your 3 most top priority activities and making sure you get them done. So you've always got 3 things to do each day. And I think it'll probably be a good tip and a good idea, and I'm sure it says it in here somewhere, to actually write them down the night before so that you've got a plan for the next day. So you've got January, at the end of the month, you've got, oh that's cool, at the end of the month we've got a review, and we're talking about money, talks about customers, health and well-being. That's really important actually, and something, one of the reasons why I want to do this and reasons why I want to do more craft and art is because it makes me feel good. And life sometimes can be a bit stressful. Maybe I'll talk about that in different videos. But then, so we've got health and well-being, and then we've got lessons learned. So what worked well, what didn't work well, what can I adapt and try again. And I think that's a really good practice to do. February, we've got a quote by Confucius. Same again, you've got an action plan, you've got those things to do. It's a really good workbook. And I kind of wanted it to be so that it was something I'd fill in and not something that was just online. And you can order this online and print it out yourself, but actually I'm really pleased I went for the hard copy because I feel like actually just sitting down and being able to write things in here will make it more tangible, make it something that I'm going to do, make it something that I'm going to put some effort into, rather than just picking up the iPad or just sitting on the computer and typing in a spreadsheet. I've got something here, and I've got something I can reflect on and look back on, and I think that'll be quite good in terms of pushing me forwards. April, if you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. Oh crikey, I'm getting too deep now. So May, June, so it's all the same kind of thing for each month. I'm going to whiz through to the end. So let's go. Each month has got a quote, by the way, but I'm going to leave them because obviously if you're going to buy it, I know you're going to get it. What a good idea for a Christmas present, by the way, just getting this for somebody that you think might want to take the next steps themselves. I think it'd be a great idea for a Christmas present. One of the most common causes of failure is quitting, when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Not bad quotes. So we're going to go on to December, and then I wonder if there's anything at the end. So we've got lots of notes. No, it comes to the end, and then I'm assuming by then you're buying the next year. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm looking forward to starting to fill it out. I've got my special pen. You've always got to have a special pen. I'm looking forward to getting into it and making a difference. And I'm going to go and introduce myself onto the Facebook group, which I think is probably something that's really useful to do. And I'll just finish with a quote that comes here with the thank you card for buying the Makers Yearbook. It says, share your book on Instagram for a chance to win a year's membership of Makers Momentum Club. Well, guess what? I'm going to do that. And it says here, I've been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do. And that's from Leonardo da Vinci. So I'm going to finish here and say goodbye. Don't forget, like and subscribe. We are a Smudge family. So we have some other videos on our channel. And as part of my commitment, I'm going to start making more videos because I'm going to do some instructional stuff and hopefully I'll come back again and you'll come back and watch me doing some instructions on stuff. So thank you, good to meet you, and goodbye.